The earthquake rocked this impoverished Caribbean nation late this afternoon. The 7.0 quake was centered roughly 10 miles from the capital city, Port-au-Prince, and there are reports of at least one strong 5.9 aftershock. Early reports are that a hospital may have collapsed and that screaming was heard from the scene. Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, a place where infrastructure is incredibly weak, and a disaster of this magnitude could well be an unfolding catastrophe, according to officials on the scene. John Jacob Charles of the ICRC witnessed it firsthand.
The earthquake that hit Haiti on January 12, 2010 was one of the deadliest earthquakes in recent history, and it devastated the country and its people. The 7.0 magnitude earthquake killed 230,000 people and injuring 300,000. Many people were trapped under collapsed buildings and fighting for their lives. Many of Haiti's landmark buildings were demolished and their towns crumbled. The aftermath of the earthquake was horrific. The damage could have been less traumatic if Haiti's infrastructure was more efficient and stronger developed. One of the main factors of the horrible earthquake is Haiti's infrastructure. Haiti's infrastructure is severely underdeveloped, especially in comparisons to cities in the United States such as New York City. Haiti was the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere before the earthquake. More than half of the population lived below the poverty line. The earthquake created up to $8.5 billion in damage. 90% of buildings have been completely destroyed and had to be totally rebuilt from scratch. Primary schools, buildings of the finance ministry, and the Toussaint Louverture International Airport were completely gone. Port-au-Prince seaport, which is a major seaport in Haiti, was badly damaged. There was structural damage to the pier, cranes were destroyed, and the waterfront key areas were collapsed into the water. Since Haiti is a poor country, buildings, roads, and airports weren't industrialized. This made the country's damage worse. Some examples of building up the infrastructure would be building heavy-duty bridges, homes, buildings, and a new sewage system. This can be possible by getting help from other countries, for example, the United States. They can provide financial assistance and putting systems in place to provide vocational training to the Haitians. By providing training, this can help the Haitians rebuild their country. If Haiti's infrastructure wasn't so underdeveloped, the aftermath wouldn't have been as bad. 90% of buildings were completely destroyed. This number could have been significantly reduced if their infrastructure was more developed.